Well, the fans asked for a Petr showcase, so here it comes. After suffering that DQ loss, Jan did bounce back, beating Corey Sandhagen. Lost the rematch to Aljamain Sterling. Had a close decision loss to Sean O'Malley. And then a dominating loss to the current bantamweight champion, Merab. But then he has bounced back, right when we thought, is he going to get cut? Maybe he's washed up a little bit, or maybe he just doesn't have what it takes to reach that top 5 or championship contention ever again. He bounces back with 2 fantastic victories over Song Yadong and Davison Figueiredo. The former flyweight champion, multiple flyweight champion. I believe he was 2 or 3-time champion down in flyweight and won in pretty dominating fashion. Won a unanimous decision there. So we see he has what it takes. But when you have Merab as champ, it just feels like that's a kryptonite for him. I feel like in a rematch, he could definitely beat a Sean O'Malley. And even Aljamain Sterling, but he's not in the division. He moved up to featherweight and to let Merab shine, because they're best friends. They're really close, which I can respect. But when you're using him in UFC 5 and everything, definitely want to use the boxing. He's very well known for the boxing. His boxing combos are like 4 stars. Like everything with the hands are going to be your main sources of damage. He has pretty solid like lead body kicks. I like to mix those in there. But yeah, just pick your shots. And, sometimes you have to be a little bit more aggressive because a lot of people use Sean O'Malley, Corey Sandhagen, very long for the division. But to be honest, I don't know what's next for him anyways. After doing that, I believe either one more win or something. Maybe him versus Corey Sandhagen again. That'll be a banger, like main event. Or they could do like Sean O'Malley versus Corey. Or even a rematch between Jan and Sean O'Malley. That makes the most sense because, that would give Jan another opportunity for a championship, status. And it was a very close fight. It could have gone either way. It just depends on the judges, I felt like Sean won from the damage point. Yeah, but we have a pretty cool player right here. He is using Prime Dominic Cruz. If you want to counter Dominic Cruz for the most part, you want to use your hooks, your body kicks, your leg kicks, your calf kicks. These rounded strikes where that special movement is pretty much ineffective, as depending on the person. If they're defending well and not like spamming it, they could still really do well against you. But if it's someone like this that's kind of just doing it randomly, they could take advantage of that. That's what we're trying to do here. And of course, we had pretty quick kicks too, but our advantage is going to be our power and our boxing. So, this is something I want to work on as well. So it's pretty cool using some boxers. Me pressure boxing and pressuring people in general is probably my weaker aspect of my game. I'm not a complete back foot fighter, but like I'm better with, kind of being on the back foot, countering, slightly pressuring, and kind of like blending it together, if you get what I mean. But purely pressuring and just using just my hands is something I definitely need to work on. Because we get countered brutally right there. Just trying to survive. Now we're able to wing off a few punches, and we do survive. So wait for him to throw a strike, so we got full GA, so we can move. Just trying to take our time with getting up. Because I'm just letting ourselves recover. Because that was some bad shots we took. Most part were recovered. I'm not trying to rush up. It's a 5-rounder, so I don't want to burn too much stamina. Trying to move around too much. I have no idea this guy's grappling skill set. So I don't want to rush into any big transitions. I want to see how he grapples. It's just like striking. I'm trying to read his patterns. But right there, you see how we have a short-term stamina lead because he was doing the ground and pound? When that pops up on your screen, like it just did right there, all you do is hold R1 and flick to one of those directions, and you could do a get-up, just like I did. So that's pretty good if you guys do get stuck in full guard against people that are aggressive with the ground and pound. But we're not going to let that deter us from our game at all. Because that's what a lot of players do. Then, some people, let's say if they're a back foot fighter, they'll start back foot fighting with Jan because, they got countered. I'm not going to let that bother me. And look, I'm pushing him right back. We're right back to it. I thought I had enough for stat guard, but I didn't have enough short-term stamina, like a lead. So I did the get-up by accident. And look at that. We frustrated him just like that. So we got Corey Sandhagen. Now we're going to kick out the legs a little bit, take away his footwork, and make him easier to obviously pressure and box. That's the main point. That's why I use the calf kicks for. They're the quickest ones in the game. The harder low kicks are a bit slower, so I don't use them all that much. But yeah, for some reason, he's standing in the pocket a lot. But even when you're a boxer and you're pressuring, you guys got to remember, when you land your damage, reset, back up out the pocket. Because what ends up happening is, once you land whatever combo you land, he's going to try to return. So the only time I stay in the pocket after I throw a combo is if I'm looking to intercept his turn. So what taking a turn means is, let's say if I land like a little 1-2-3 in the pocket, right? Or like a hook uppercut in the pocket, I'll wait for him to try to return his combo, and then I'll throw something like a cross, intercept him, and that's like stealing his turn. Most players strike on a turn basis, where like they wait for you to throw something and then they return. So when you start taking their turns and doing it consistently, that's where the damage racks up. I don't do this all the time because it'll get predictable, and they'll try to counter you off it. So I mix it up. So I'll back out the pocket, reset, and get whiffs out of him. Sometimes I'll stay there and intercept. I'm constantly switching these small rhythms that will get me more damage and avoid me getting countered or predicted easily. Small things like that, when you guys understand the smaller things in the game, it makes a lot of matchups and a lot of fights way easier. So just taking our time. We are winning the round. And this is a Jan showcase, so I'm going to be pretty aggressive at boxing. It's something I want to practice anyways. I was watching some of Naz's video, seeing some cool combos I should, keep into my game. Cross, lead uppercuts. Cross, I think it was like cross, lead uppercut. I forget what's the last one, but look at that. Like jab, right hook. When you hit stun people with a cross, you can land your free body shots, depending if you get a hit stun off the body hook. So that's what I like to do. Just learning from, the top tier guys and just trying to add small things into the game and blend it all together. Look at that. We get a knockdown real fast. Just taking our time, land a nice body shot right there. The body hooks are 4 to 5 stars, so definitely going to be doing a lot of damage with those throughout the fight. The rear body uppercuts are really good. Very fast animations, and you can actually move your head out the way a bit faster if they're firing off those counter uppercuts. That's why it's being used. They slow down the body hooks for some reason. Cross lead hook is another great option, for the pocket, and the jab right hook. Just taking our time, we rip down to that body. Look at that nasty counter. Hope you guys enjoyed the showcase, learned a thing or two. Stay tuned.